Hello everyone, my name is Sabyasatchi. I'm the maintainer of FairOS-dfs. So this is a two-part series video demonstration of how to use FairOS as your unstoppable file system and database across desktop and mobile. So in the first part, we will see how we can use FairOS to upload files from Android using FairOS-dfs-gomobile and retrieve that from FairOS-dfs-CLI, demonstrating the usage of FairOS as unstoppable file system. And in the second part, we will see a small utility app called Fairpass, which uses FairOS's document store to store passwords and notes into FairOS and retrieve them from desktop and mobile also. And this will demonstrate how we can use FairOS as unstoppable database across multiple devices. Yeah, so let's start the first part. FairOS-dfs Go Mobile. What is it? So this is an abstraction over the FairOS-dfs Go API that can be used to generate Go mobile bindings for a specified target system. So it can be Android and it can be iOS. So what is Go Mobile? If you don't know, it's basically a way to run your Go code base on mobile apps. So in this video, we will just use this FairOS DFS Go mobile and generate a binding. And we will use this demo Android application that will use the Go mobile binding to upload files into FairOS. And use our FairOS-dfs-CLI to log in and download the file. Yeah, to generate the Go mobile binding, first we have to clone this. I've already cloned it. And then let's run go mod tidy. Let's okay. Now we have to run go generate. And this will basically generate the Android bindings for now. This takes some time to generate the bindings, and let's wait for it. It should be done. Yeah, so now it's generated. Let's see what is generated. So we have this Fairpass AAR. This is our Android Go binding, and we'll use this file into our Android application, import it as a library, then we can use all the functions available in this and call the connection and whatever methods we need. Yeah, so we have cloned the demo project. So to use the FairOS Go binding into any project, we have to first create a libs folder if you don't have it in your project in the app directory, and then put our AR file in there. Then in our app level build Gradle file, we add our FairOS as a dependency, and then we can import this FairOS and call the functions that are available in it. After we have imported our package, we have to update our environment variables. So I have added the variables here in the strings resources. So we need a working B endpoint, we need a batch ID, we need the network we want to connect to, may it be testnet or mainnet. Then we need the RPC endpoint where we manage the ENS for version 2 of our login system, and that's it. After we added these values, we are all set. Yeah, so by the logic, our demo application works on a pod called demo pod and will always upload files on the root directory. Let's deploy this. So our username is, well, so what this will try to do is this will log the user in, and by default it will check for the demo pod and list whatever is in their root directory. So currently I only have a file called test.txt. And now if we try to upload, share with FairOS, yeah, we can see that it shows the file that is uploaded. So it's the 13th version of the PDF. Let's upload again. Okay, it doesn't show the loader and all the stuff here, but it's doing it. Yeah, now that we have the three files, we will run the CLI and see if we can download this file and see the content. Yeah, now that we have uploaded files from the Android device, we will check if we can download the file from the CLI. So we already have the FairOS-dfs server running here. We will run the CLI. Yeah, now it's running and the server is the local FairOS-dfs server. We'll do user login WAM, enter the password. Now we do pod, pod. Pod open successfully. Let's do ls, see what files we have. Yeah, we have three files, the test.txt, the 13th file, the 12th file. Let's download this. Download, we'll download the current working directory, then the file name. Yeah, it says downloaded. Now let's see. Open this. Yeah, so this is just a placeholder PDF file. We uploaded this same thing. Yeah, so this is also demonstrating that we have the data interoperability. So whatever the business logic in our client code is, we can use that with vanilla FairOS and get the data from here and everywhere else. So this can also be used with FairDrive and other applications that are using. Yeah, that's it. In the second part, we will look at Fairpass. It is a password manager on top of FairOS. It is written in Go and uses Fine Toolkit as a platform for building UI applications for desktop and mobiles. Fairpass directly calls FairOS's Go API and uses document store to store password and notes. It creates a pod called Fairpass if the user doesn't have it, and then it stores the password and notes into different document tables called passwords and notes. These tables can be thought of as collections. To run Fairpass, we either can download it from the release section or we can clone the code and build it from source. So to build it from source, we need Go installed and then we need Find installed. So I've already cloned the code. Let's install Find. So after Find is installed, we will do Go install. So this will basically install Fairpass in our path. We can run Fairpass from our terminal. So as you can see, we have our desktop application. So initially it asks for the B endpoint, the batch ID, and the RPC endpoint that we want to connect to. So let me just fill out this. After we save this, it will be saved in our local system as a configuration. We will do a login. So what this is doing is it's trying to create a pod called Fairpass. If it doesn't exist, then it will try to create a document table called password and a document table called notes. And if they exist, they will just try to open them. Yeah, so now we can see we have our passwords and notes. So here we don't have any password stored yet. Let's store a password for our dummy website. Dummy website.com. Dummy. Let's generate a password here. Yeah, length 20. Save this. Yeah, as you can see, we have saved our password. We can see the password from here. Cancel this. Yeah, let's create another password. Let's this time I'll fix the typo. Yeah, we have now two passwords stored in Fairpass. So what we will do now, we will try to install Fairpass in our Android. So first, what we will do is we will download this APK from the release section. We can also download this APK in our device and install from there. Here, what I'll do is I'll download this, install this APK via ADB, and then we'll run our Android device. So we have our device connected already. So we will do ADB Fairpass. Yeah, it's installed now. Let's bring up the Android screen. Yeah. So here it's the same. We have to put our B endpoints. Yeah. So we have updated the config here also. We can change the config from here. Currently, we won't do it. Let's log in. Yeah. Now, if I go here in the password section, I'll see that I have two entries here. Dummy website with all the typos that I did here. Let's bring up our Android application as well. Yeah, for dummy, let's see. Yeah, we can see that our passwords are same. So we are using AES encryption for storing the passwords into FairOS, and then we are retrieving it and then decrypting it from the devices. And in this way, we can use FairOS as unstoppable database across multiple devices. Thank you.